Welcome back to Kamasan Food and Travel.
I'm Susan.
And I'm Cam. And we've been house sitting in Australia for the last 4 years now. We both spent a number of years in the Philippines, Susan's country of origin. And since moving back, we purchased a motorhome and have been traveling around Australia and house sitting in between. And in this video, we hope we can share with you the benefits of house sitting and how to go about it. Now, just briefly, house sitting is where you connect with others who need the service of the occupation and upkeep of their home, whether it be for home security, animal care or garden care, in exchange for accommodating their home for free. Now, house sitting periods can range anywhere from a single night to years.
But the typical length is the length that most owners plan a holiday, which is 1 to 2 weeks. For us, our ideal to sit is for a month, but our main motivation to sit is for accommodation, while camp, work, FIFO, and for accommodation during school holiday, when sites can be crowded and expensive. But everyone, it's different and will have their own preferences.
Now, before we dive into this, you first need to ask yourself if house sitting is for you. House sitting is not for everyone and can superficially seem like a dream, but be a real challenge when things don't go as expected. And you may have to deal with all kinds of challenges, like the escape of an animal, or flooding and storms, or challenging neighbours, or cleaning animal waste, both inside and outside, or sick animals. And these things may be a deal breaker for you. Or you may have a criminal background, or you may not even like animals. And in these cases, house sitting is probably not for you, and you may need to go about your travels in another way.
Now, if you really like the company of animals like we do, then there is a good chance that you will find the house sitting very suitable and rewarding, as the care of animals is a primary reason for a house sit and the vast majority of house sitting opportunities. There are house sit without animals, but we have had many of both, but most are with animals. There are house sit with all kinds of animals, such as horse, birds, guinea pigs, chickens, reptiles, and farms animals, bunny rabbits, but most are for cats and dogs.
Once you think that house sitting might be for you, then consider your house sitting philosophy. You may come up with your own, but to share ours, consider this. It's important for us to see house sitting as a service that we provide and that we see the owner as our customer. We are providing a service in exchange for accommodating their beautiful home, so at no stage do we see ourselves as doing them a favour. What's important to the owner is security, animal care, and home care, in that order. For security, if the owner returns to their home abandoned and cleaned out, then there is no way that the animal is going to be cared for. You can address this with background checks and endorsements. For animal care, it's not just feeding the animal, but also providing attention and love, as this will be a difficult time for them, as a stranger will be entering their home and they will notice that the owner is gone without knowing of return. For home care is everything else. Now, though security and animal care are most important, to get the 5-star reviews, it's important to treat the home the way that the owner would want it treated. And that means finding out what is important to the owner, reading and following written instructions, and keeping and leaving the home in a presentable condition.
Obviously, one of the big benefits to house sitting is the saving on accommodation costs. But we do a lot of free campings, but we also staying in the caravan park for base locations. But this can cost anywhere from $30 to $50 per night of seasons, and can be up to $80 to $100 per night in some location, peak season, just for power site. So you can already see that for this cost, we could practically be paying rent for a respectable home. Airbnb will be even more expensive than that. And for a hotel, you are looking at anywhere somewhere for $100 to $400 per night. So house sitting can make a lot of sense, not just for our situations. You may just want to travel somewhere for yourself.
Yeah. Go online and register yourself on a popular house sitting website as a house sitter. We use Aussie House Sitters, which is Australia's most popular house sitting website. There are other websites out there in Australia and globally. There are even house sitting groups on Facebook. But Aussie House Sitters is Australia's largest and the one that we use. So it is the only one we have needed to use, as we seem to easily find suitable sits there. Homeowners are free to register, but house sitters pay a small annual fee of $84, which is less than the cost to stay at a campsite for a week. And it's also less than the cost to stay at an Airbnb for a single night. But stick around to the end and we'll show you how to get a discount for Aussie house sitters.
Background checks are provided by federal police or service providers that liaise with the federal police for the background checks. This can be found by the simple online searches, and once received, you will be provided with a certificate. Now you want to create your online profile. Have a look at the profile of experienced house sitter to get an idea of how to construct your profile. We will show you our profile here as an example.
In appealing to owners, you're selling your services to owners, and your pitch needs to be honest and appealing. Owners will soon discover how honest you are about yourself, so you need to be straight up from the beginning, but also to hold yourself in a proper light. Beyond your profile, owners want to see background checks and endorsements to know that you can be trusted and that you're good with animals. So even if you don't have any endorsements, consider the endorsements of other services you've provided in the community to get you started, whether it be for previous volunteer work, babysitting, or previous employment. Even consider house sitting for friends and family to get you started. Do a fantastic job, and if you're still keen, get an endorsement. You don't have to have an endorsement for your profile, but it does help your profile. Also provide some bright pictures of yourself, preferably with animals. Use the search function on the website to find suitable house sitting opportunities. You will have the best chances with new listings by being one of the first to contact the owner. Once you've found any that you like, send the owner a message through the platform. Your first contact can make or break your success, as this will be your first impression. If you're keen to meet their animals, tell them how keen you are to meet them. Reassure the owner with your background checks and endorsement experience and explain to them why you would be the best house sitter for them. If the owner is interested, you will receive a reply. Make sure you ask important questions to clarify if the sit is suitable for you. We generally want to know if there's enough space for our motorhome and if the home is in a safe area. If it ticks all your boxes, ask for a meet and greet and exchange contact details. By this stage, most of the work has been done. The owner wants to know that you are the most suitable and trusted person to sit for them, and you may not be the only potential sitter by now, so you're still in the process of making that first impression. You don't want any regrets, so make sure you check the property and the area. Ask the right questions to be sure that the sit is suitable for you. Will Wi-Fi be available at the property? Is there suitable phone signal from that location? The owner is interviewing you at this point, but you are also interviewing them. If you feel uneasy about the sit, be sure to raise that now. Have the courage to decline the sit if you feel. If you're honest with your online profile, you won't have a problem being yourself at this point. Some meet and greets will be over the phone or via video chat. It all depends on the circumstances.
We hope that by this point you have been selected as the house sitter, and we hope that this getting started video has helped you understand more about house sitting and how you go about it.
Executing the process of a successful and rewarding house sit is something we will cover in a future video. So make sure you subscribe for more of this content as we compile a house sitting series for you, and make sure you check out our other videos and follow us along in our travels.
And if you're interested house sitting in Australia,
check out the affiliate link in the description below to Aussie House Sitters. And if you go to our YouTube channel, click on the About tab on PC or laptop and send us a message, and we can reply back with a discount code to save you an additional $10 off your first subscription.